There is no other Sabbath rest besides Jesus. He alone satisfies the requirements of the law, and He alone provides the sacrifice that atones for sin. Believers today, under the New Covenant, are not bound to keep the sign of the Old Covenant. The New Covenant is better. During Jesus' life, the law was still in effect, and He observed all the requirements of the law in order to save everyone from the demands of the law.
But the Sabbath is said to last forever and to be perpetual. How could it no longer be necessary? It says so right in Exodus 31:16-17. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day He rested, and was refreshed.
You notice this was an agreement between Israel and God. Secondly, if phrases like these were literally applied today to both the Christian church and the Jews, then everything in the Old Testament that is said to be perpetual should continue today. Such things as burnt offerings, incense burnings, ceremonial washings, Passover feast, tithing, dietary laws, circumcision. But the writer of Hebrews explains that the entire Old Covenant has been replaced by a better one. Read Hebrews 8:6.
But now hath He obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also He is the mediator of a better covenant, which is established upon better promises.
The New Covenant is different. During Jesus' life, the law was still in effect, and He observed all of the requirements so as to save all from the demands of the law. The veil being torn in two at His death signified that it was finished, just like God was finished on the seventh day and rested. His work was completed. Where the Sabbath, the last day of the week, was a day of rest for those who were under the law, Jesus said, "Come unto me, and I will give you rest every day of your regenerated life."
However, we believe God in 1831 gave Joseph Smith a revelation recorded in Doctrine and Covenants 59, commanding the saints to go to the church to worship the Lord. Our prophets have told us that we should not shop, hunt, fish, attend sports events, or participate in similar activities on Sunday. We should keep the Sabbath day holy by reading the Scriptures and visiting the sick, and listening to uplifting music, praying, performing service to others, and teaching our families.
Why designate one day a week for all of that? Shouldn't we be wanting to do those things every day of the week? Pushing its members to observe the Sabbath day is a blatant misapplication and misappropriation of the law applied to the present day in order to control the spiritual lives of good people who could have daily, worshipful rest in Jesus. I've no problem with Mormonism attempting to obey the Jewish Sabbath, but they don't have the right lineage. They don't have the right day. They don't have the right application. They don't exercise the right punishment for disobedience to it. But perhaps most disturbing is the condemnation such practices place on all who attempt to live by such a law and fail. James says, "For whosoever shall keep the whole law, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all."
There does seem to be some flexibility in the way we as LDS view Sabbath keeping. We have high-profile members who are athletes, celebrities, and businessmen who justify their work on the Sabbath. Other ordinary members are required to work on Sunday to provide for themselves and their families.
If you are living under the law, then there is no excuses or reasons for breaking the Sabbath day. But truthfully, it's an Old Covenant law that is impossible to be kept by anyone. There are always religious institutions who want to burden the followers with the Old Covenant law. Lacking faith, they want to require outward demands which tend to make compliant people feel holy.
You're saying all man-made religions want to impose law over grace?
I think these elders are starting to get it. Don't forget to tap that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified of our upcoming episodes. Did you know we have a website? Go to talkingtomormons.com where you can view and read all our articles, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Check out the description below to learn more.